right, hello everyone, and welcome to episode 80 of the Pine Room Podcast. We're not, well, obviously you're going to be able to hear this, and we don't sound like we're in the studio. No, we are not. We are here in the Moundsville Penitentiary. This is the new block.
New wall block.
New wall block. And when I say new, I mean it was new probably, what
year?
In the 80s.
I don't know. I'm probably on this paper somewhere but let's see. Construction began in 1867, opened in 1876, but this is a newer part, so I don't know exactly.
Probably in the early 1900s, I would think, huh?
That's probably
that's why it's called the new wall block.
Yeah, very new. Yeah. Beautiful.
Looks good.
Nicely done. And we're locked in.
Yeah, we're locked in.
We're locked in. We can't get out. We've already fucked things up for our host.
We're not. We're only free pass.
He's not coming back, so this may never make it to mankind.
We might never get. Next time. This time next year, they'll find 6 skeletons in there.
The good thing is there's still some haunted house tours coming through, so we probably only have to survive until Friday, right? Does he do Friday, Saturday, Sunday?
Now we can bang on the...
We need our tin cup.
We got a pen.
I got a chair. So here's the thing.
We're not lying when we say this.
Yeah, we're not making this up. If you can hear this, we're obviously not in a studio setting. We are legitimately in the bowels of the Moundsville Penitentiary. There you go. There's Chris.
That's Chris trying to open the door.
So we're here locked in. Thank you to Tom Stiles. He's been our man here for the past 2 years. We came down here and did a show on the front porch of the penitentiary. And had a really fun time. And this year we wanted to up the ante and do something a little different. So we got to come down here, and Tom set this little table up in cell 2 of the new wall cell block. And we are here in the Moundsville Penitentiary getting ready for you for a Halloween show. So happy Halloween. It's getting that time of year. And let's just get on to the show. We were here last year, and we came through here before by ourselves in the dark with our guide, who was very nice. What's the chances any of us hear anything by the time we get out of here?
Our echo, that's about it.
Here's the thing. I want to do it. Let's do a test. So before we get into our conversation, let's go quiet for a little bit just so people can hear how deathly quiet it is in here. So 3, 2.
Yeah, that's creepy.
That's it. Yeah,
well, you can hear the echoes and everything.
We're in the chimpanzee section,
and it really is like this whole area where right outside here is the 9-person shower. Can you imagine?
Yeah, well,
no,
Matt, how many cells are on this block?
So Tom gave us the rundown here. 320 cells on the new wall cell block, and this was
it's 4 stories high.
Yeah, 4 stories high, and it was basically the mainstream population. In the 9-man shower, that was the highlight. And I did find 1929 is when they began the plans to start to double the penitentiary. So they started to plan this section, and it wasn't completed until 1959. So
1959.
Wow.
Yeah. And we must have a lot of issues with the roofing, because I went up to the 4th floor. There are puddles everywhere. It's soaked.
Yeah, wow.
And it probably wasn't much better back in the day either.
Officially closed in 95.
Yeah. So when did this start? Or construction?
This started construction in 1867 and opened in 1876. The original.
So it took a little over 10 years, right? Is that
a little under 10?
A little under 10 years.
A little under 10.
So the whole building of this took less time than probably the streets of Wheeling.
It was modeled after a prison in Joliet, Illinois. And did you guys happen to notice, speaking of the streets of Wheeling, when we were driving in, they actually have paving crews in Marshall County.
Yeah, they do.
Nice. Stunning. Can't they loan us that?
Way better than us.
A couple hours.
That was a nice smooth ride. Weren't they picking between like Morgantown, not Morgantown, WVU and...
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I'm glad we got the prison instead of universities. It'd be terrible if we had
crazy though. And we were saying coming down that there's a prison right in the middle of town.
I love it.
That's what I noticed.
Right in the middle of town. You're like,
imagine just living
in church
in the Grave Creek Mound in a prison.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Right in the middle of town.
And when did they have the breakout? 79?
That's
one of the breakouts.
Yeah,
so the one had so the minute that word gets out, what are the surrounding neighborhoods thinking?
1979, Chris, 15 inmates escaped.
Was that
Ronald Turney Williams?
Yes.
Yeah, and they serving time for murder.
They killed they
killed a police officer, stole the prison guard's weapon in the escape. Yeah.
Yeah, if you live close, I remember
Killed a state trooper,
I remember
too.
Donnie McCormick because I was teaching with Donnie at the time. He lives just right up on Olive Avenue, which is close to here, and he was like, they were very, very nervous. But the one thing they said that if they escaped, they were going to try to get as far away from here as possible. So maybe people who live close.
Well,
But if they needed to get guns or weapons or something,
so when he was on the land,
they'd
what did it
kill
say,
anything.
for 18 months, and then they found him where?
Yeah, he
New
was
York?
at large for 18 months, and he was on the FBI's most wanted list, and they eventually captured him in New York City in 1981.
So what?
I'm sitting here and
Did you feel something?
well, no, I thought it was him, and I think it was him messing
It
with
doesn't
us.
start with
No,
No,
listen,
Chris is
listen,
getting
no,
worked
listen,
up
no,
now.
listen. I'm not. You know me. I don't believe in this stuff. But as we were sitting here, I'm not joking you. This bunk went it bounced twice.
And that wasn't. I swear, I was just sitting here. I was.
I
Reading,
mean, I don't see how. This is very possible.
Are you gonna? Are we gonna do this the whole time?
No,
Yeah,
I'm
it
not
is.
serious.
I bet the little former prisoner just sat next to you.
I'm not kidding
He's
you.
probably
I'm not
sitting there,
kidding
buddy,
you.
what's up?
I thought it was him. I was asking him. I'm
you
not
can see it
kidding
on
you.
camera. Look, he looked at me.
I
I was sitting here looking like I was reading.
I didn't,
Like
see-
I was
Until what
I was
happens
in
is
trance
I
with
don't
this.
No,
believe
listen,
in it.
Chris, and I don't
Fucking
believe.
start.
Now, Chris, this is an old bench, and I will be willing to tell you that it was probably the chains or something that did that. But I'm telling you right now, I was sitting here and it went jumped
part,
Yeah,
twice.
for those of you that are just listening, this will kind of paint the picture of what we're in. We're literally in a cell block right
Probably
now. We're
about maybe
This
eight.
is for 3 men, right?
I'd say 8 by 20, maybe 8 by 20, 8-foot ceilings.
and there's a
This is
a bunch-
luxurious over here compared to that one
Oh, there's
area
still
we
only
were in.
one
Yeah.
commode though, right?
Yeah,
One
there's-
commode.
Commode, two,
One
a
sink.
double bunk, and then
and
a
then
single
bunk. And Job and I are sitting on the single bunk with our table, and then the other guys are sitting at the table with chairs. So
Yeah.
me and Job are literally sitting
that thing
on
behind you guys
where
is.
somebody slept.
Assuming that was a steel bars too, I guess.
Yeah, some kind of. But
It's
yeah,
like a service window.
so these cell blocks, if you've never been to the penitentiary, these are way bigger than the ones on the who they keep? Those are the high security. It was like what do they call those prisoners? The ones that like murder and what are they called?
I mean, they're death row inmates, I would imagine.
Like
but-
over there, those cells are literally no bigger than a
The ones
closet.
right down the hall are tiny.
Are they?
Yeah.
like it's solitary confinement.
It's
Uh,
bad.
I like to
The
see
ones
what-
up there are smaller than this.
But I think I could do this for a little bit. Like
What do you mean do it?
like if you gave me now these bunks are like if you lay straight down, my shoulders are as wide as this bunk. But if you put a mat on here,
Well, to me, it's not so much the living; it's the people around you. Who's going to stab
mean,
you?
it's-
Who's going
isn't
to
it-
try
bunkmate murdered
to?
four
What do you say?
3
You
days
could just
ago.
stay down there for
Well,
like 4 days?
no, like they wouldn't have murderers in here. This is general population.
Yeah, this is thieves.
Oh,
These
I
are for guys that.
Yeah, but I still think they probably have.
yeah,
some
there's
guys.
some knuckleheads there.
Yes, this one has enough room for you could really get into a good fight in here. Like you could really throw
You have a
down
lot
in
of
here.
mobility because
Yes.
of the space.
Yeah, I mean you got
Tom
elbow
said
room.
they've thrown guys off the balcony in here.
I just can't imagine the most incredible part about this is nothing gives at all. So when
Right.
you smash into something, if you get
It's-
thrown, it is
yeah.
going to hurt beyond
Yes.
belief. Everything else that we would crash into in our houses and anywhere else
It's got
has a little give to it. This doesn't. Like it just anywhere you get thrown is going to hurt
It's-
so bad and
If you
cause
look-
internal bleeding and
Oh, you're finished.
God.
If you look at this, the architecture of this, it's almost like a castle. It's
Yeah,
like a
Gothic style
It's like a
architecture.
fort.
Yep.
There's no like decorative nature of this thing outside. I mean, it's a beautiful building outside, but
think
inside,
it's-
it's now maybe all prisons are like this, but there's nothing. It's just bare bones.
It is bare. Everything's gray.
Yeah. And I mean, I don't know if this is like what the original paint color was. There's like, I like how there's little cartoons painted on outside in the hall as if that would brighten your day up. You're in here.
Oh yeah, that one is right next door. It was a big picture of an eagle that somebody drew and it said, "Call me trickster."
That's not our Wheeling Park Eagle, is it?
Oh.
And there's a resemblance. I swear.
Oh,
to
oh,
God.
boy.
Oh, jeez.
You never
Wow,
know.
man.
Hey, I wanted to go back to the prison break where the 15 guys escaped. Do you think did they get all 15 of the guys, or were they on the run for a while?
that's
You know,
That wasn't.
That's a good question.
That wasn't equal.
I don't know if
Looks
that's.
like the Bridge Street Red
I don't know how you
Bag.
escape here. Like the first thing I noticed when you walk in is what are they called? Like that 50 cal turret.
Yeah.
yeah, the
At
machine
the
gun.
entrance. I don't know how you could ever run out.
Well, I think if I'm not wrong, I think they put that in after the first escape, the big one. I think they put that in after, but I could be wrong on that. It's like a water
Well, what do you
cooled.
think? Like, if you were in here, say you were in here for like 5 years, and somehow you just couldn't stand anymore. Somehow, some way, a door just opened up, and you were able to walk free. Like, I mean, you'd be not considered a breakout, but you weren't free to go, but you left anyway. How would you do that? What would you do? What would be your first? Would you just? I mean, because
You wouldn't.
You can't go home. Like,
no,
you
I
can't-
mean,
Can't go to anybody
well,
you know.
pretend that
Yeah,
you,
you
that
can-
you didn't have.
You have to restart.
I mean, you'd have your prison outfit on. So, but if nobody knew, what would you?
I think
run for the.
I think I'm
run for the woods.
That's what I would do. I think I'd go to the woods and just kind of like collect myself and just think like
And then
think
just
what I'm going to do, and
Figure
then
out who you're going to knock
I'd be
out
like
to get some
it'd
new
be like
clothes.
Rambo, and then he goes and finds that. Remember, he found that sheet that was by that truck, and he cut the shirt
Yeah.
with it, and
Yeah.
he made himself
Like
a
a
shirt.
bird.
You have to be
burlap.
pretty resourceful.
Yeah.
To do all
What-
that.
Well,
But
I'd also need a big
sick
Bowie knife.
Yeah, that would
Yeah.
help. I don't know. It'd be kind of a
But you'd
daunting
almost have to like
thing.
steal something somewhere. Wouldn't
You'd have to.
Yeah.
You'd have
Go to like a-
to. You'd have to steal a car or steal
Right.
something from
Yeah.
somebody to be
Like a
able to
bike.
do what you need to do.
Because you'd have no money to get anything, so you
No
couldn't get
phone.
food, you couldn't get anything. I mean, you'd have to steal something.
But can you throw them off your scent by like hiding closer to the prison than they would ever think you would be? They're going to have dogs. They're going to have every possible.
Well,
thing.
this one, Ronald Turney Williams, he remained at large for 18 months.
Yeah, he did it pretty
When
good.
breaking out in '79, and they caught him in 1981 and returned him here. He's still in custody in
Yeah, he is.
in Charleston
Yeah.
today. So
Yeah.
how old's he
Really?
got to be? He's got to
interview
be.
him.
Yeah, I
I was
actually
thinking
thought
about
about that last year. If there was a way
I
we
was
could
thinking
do
about
it.
that. Cool, that'd be really
He
cool.
was in. I think he was pretty sick, but we could try. I would
Wonder
love
where he
to.
was hiding.
They found him in New
I'd love
York
to
City.
talk to him
huh?
about that whole thing.
Most said always point you probably have obviously outside help people on the outside. I mean, I don't know how else you would do that, but
I think I'd go right into like a Kroger and just eat all the food and then run out.
You go right to the,
And then just go right back in.
That's the thing. If you do any sort of breaking the law, you're instantly back on the hot seat again. Because I mean,
If you get caught, like I feel like I could sneak some snacks because I haven't eaten anything but like gravy and
yeah, but
Yeah,
you're
yeah, with like worms
Like-
crawling in it.
You imagine the food.
Meal worms.
maggots for 5 years.
what was the do we have any facts on the meals in here?
No, I don't. Maybe
Like a hardtack?
Maybe we could get it and find out who the chef was here and interview them.
Yeah, I'm sure he was. But a lot of times the inmates cook.
Like I said, they fight.
Oh, that's true.
You can find like a finger. in
Yeah,
there.
Oh,
well, I bet
geez.
you some of those guys that cooked, well, I'd say a very rare few, actually had some sort of interest in cooking, whereas some of the guys probably just did it so they could have
Get
a
out of the
better,
cell.
yeah.
well, if you were incarcerated, you'd probably be the top chef, wouldn't you?
Oh,
I mean,
I'd
you would
make
take
out
an interest in that.
nobody'd mess with me
I
because
mean, that would be your best. If you were going to do a job in here, wouldn't cook. I'd choose cook if I could.
Yeah, you try
I
to
don't
just-
want to cut hair. I don't want to fucking make license plates or
might be a good
what other
idea.
jobs did they do? There's got to be. Oh, they did like carpentry. I think I had that stuff in there. I don't want to be like Doc from Escaping Alcatraz and cut my.
Oh, yeah.
hand.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then
Take away my painting.
some other really cool facts here, Matt, that you came up with. 94 guys were executed to prison between 1899 and 1959, and hanging was the method until 1949. And it was open to the public.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
until
yeah.
1931.
Selling tickets.
When
Would
we
you
were-
guys come watch that?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Would you really?
I wish they did it now.
Well, no, I don't disagree with you there.
Well, 'cause-
and then the
It
chair,
depends on who.
the chair when we walk in,
Old Sparky.
Because
Would you like to see that?
No, because I was freaked out in
I know.
I would like to go to
in
one
that
of those.
one movie
The
with
Green Mile.
When no,
When it didn't work.
the one with Gerard Butler.
Oh, law-abiding citizen.
Oh, geez.
Oh,
fixed it,
when he messed it up and the guy
Yeah,
just
with
like, oh yeah.
and his
That
like,
was-
veins
that
were
was
pumping out of his neck. That,
wonderful.
That was in Green Mile too, right? Green Mile didn't want
Yeah,
to
'cause
go
it- 'cause he
sideways?
didn't know,
it
'cause
he
wasn't
didn't
as,
wet the.
he
it
didn't
wasn't as bad as the one in the law-abiding citizen, but yeah.
Yeah, because that was the guy that was with the mouse, and that guy didn't like him, and he didn't wet the
Oh,
sponge.
and he didn't wet his. Yeah, that
So
little.
that guy
worm.
just like burned
They
and.
still do death by firing squad.
I think they do.
I think so.
I think
no,
they
I
do.
think some states you can choose.
Yeah.
Really?
What would you guys go with?
I was thinking about that too, man.
As opposed to lethal
So-
injection.
I don't
Lethal
want
injection, gas chamber, electric chair.
Probably
hanging.
get
Guillotine.
shot. Oh, guillotine.
Guillotine.
That'd be
Jesus.
quick, though.
I think I'm picking guillotine.
I guess it'd all be
Really?
quick.
I'm going
Nah,
with-
not the drug.
I'd probably, honestly, I'd like to say that I was tough enough to be able to handle any of the other ones, but honestly, lethal injection.
Yeah, I say
would probably
lethal
be the
All right,
injection.
easiest.
I mean,
Chris, what are you
you just go to
picking?
sleep.
Well, I was just saying, like, if you had the guillotine, but then you had to have an open casket. Yeah.
Well, that would be,
Do they
that
have
would
your
be a
head in there
caveat.
with you, or are you in there
Is it
headless?
detached?
Are you in
Or
there?
if it's closed casket.
And what happens
the
if,
head's
like,
on-
if you have like your
Oh, the head's
hairdresser
like on
puts
a-
your head up and fixes your hair?
The head's like on a
Aunt Kim
trophy-
would like fix
on
your
a
hair.
trophy
You got
case.
your head
You know what? I'd probably do a firing squad.
Yeah.
That seems like.
Would you close your eyes?
No, I thought they in the past
Jeez,
that
that
they
seems
had
like the
like
most
7
painful.
guys lined up and only one guy had to.
It's
pull.
only
Yes.
one live round.
Okay,
Because
so
it's supposed to
They wanna
simulate
limit-
that the guilt goes to all 7 guys. We don't never know who
You
had
think
the
all
live
7
round.
guys never missed?
I was going to say, what if they say fire at will?
Which one's Will?
Yeah, or what if the guy takes a shot and it clips his shoulder?
Right, the guy with the guy that had the live round was a bad shot.
Wow.
Yeah, that would be awful.
Yeah, but I think that once they do that, then they can't do it again. So you
Hey,
They
would you,
can't.
like,
I
would
didn't
you
say
take
that.
your chances and say, all right, you get to pick your shooter and you pick champ?
I have a chance.
You'd have a
of-
good chance.
of
Yeah,
winning.
you'd have a
Trying to
really good
miss and
shot.
accidentally hit you.
Yeah, that's true.
He would accidentally shoot you.
I think to be fun without lethal injection, because I think that's what I think I would probably do. Oh man, I was gonna say hanging, but that probably would hurt.
No, I don't think I want to do hanging because
No.
if you survive
I just want
that
something
first
quick.
fall, you're still alive,
Probably-
and your neck's
oh,
broken, you're
man.
just suffocating.
Well, yeah. They,
Maybe crucifixion.
Oh, Lord.
hey,
They never did that in the prison system.
Jeez,
Wasn't-
probably.
Wasn't there a? She was telling us a story last year when we were on the tour where the guy that they hung was real big. He was like a humongous
Yes.
dude.
They didn't.
and he just ripped right off.
How
the,
did she say they didn't disperse the weight right?
Oh
for
wait,
when
no,
it
then
dropped?
his head came
His
off.
head popped off.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, like
It was so
like-
heavy?
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
yeah, they didn't
good
disperse
Lord.
the weight correctly because
Well,
that's important.
what about,
and
What do you
everybody
do,
just
with
hung
fishing line?
depending on the different.
Chris, do you think everybody cheers?
It's like shadows.
When his head came off?
Yeah.
Some and probably were just an absolute
I've had some
bore.
people ran
People
on
used
that.
to bring their kids to that shit.
Would you watch, you know what I think would be nice, and I'd participate in, depending on who, a public stoning.
Oh, what the
About the size of a
Bring your
baseball.
own stone.
Who is it? What'd he do?
LeBron.
Joe
Oh,
Biden.
jeez.
I mean, I don't.
God,
just
they're
something-
probably.
No, and now
Chris,
right,
I'd say like
if
a
it
guy
was
that a guy that murdered like a,
Yeah,
was
no,
child
a mass,
molester.
a mass
Worse.
shooting,
Like he-
a mass
He's
shooting.
pedophile.
I'd like to throw to some of them
Jeffrey Dahmer.
Palestinian fuckers that are killing
Yeah.
all the Jews.
Yeah.
I'd like to fucking throw.
Chris,
a few
I heard
stones
you,
at them.
Sorg was telling me you and Chops had an interesting take on the homeless,
Well, I read that article today. and I
the
was like,
homeless people.
Curry's worried about that. He asked me today. You guys got overwhelming homeless. It's like,
Yeah.
we will soon.
Yeah.
you just said today that they're bussing people in.
Well,
They
that's
got to
what,
start letting them live in here.
yeah, that's what I heard. Their van loads are coming from Pittsburgh and doing shifts and making really good money down here, panhandling, and then going back home, like the homeless people. We enable them. That's all there is.
Oh yeah, and then they said, did you read the article?
So
Yeah,
they're
I
gonna
read the
get
whole
rich.
article.
Somebody quoted about someone just came down here to the
Yeah,
encampment.
that's what I'm
from
talking
Pittsburgh.
about. Yeah, they just come down here because there's so much enabling. They enable them.
Well, they're
so
going to
much.
start coming. They're in the big cities now. They're going to start coming off to the cities
Absolutely.
like ours because that's the next
If they're going
easiest target.
if they're going to let them stay, they need to build a fenced-in area somewhere,
Like a pen.
somewhere like they do in
Like a
Florida,
dog
the
park.
refugee camps. Build a fenced-in place, and if they catch them outside, they throw them in there, and you can't.
I don't even want them to do that.
Well, no, I agree.
No, it's going to get worse.
I agree, but
God.
if they don't do something, they're going to end up everywhere. And it's going to get
if
worse.
they start breaking into homes and stuff, we're going to have a serious problem.
Yeah, I guess
I
that's
hope
why you're
not.
buying that sidearm, huh, Chris?
Maybe a couple.
Did you buy your sidearm?
I didn't get the rifle or the shotgun yet, but I got the gun.
Good for you, Chris.
Are you going to take lessons?
Yeah. Oh yes. I already talked to Scotty. He's gonna.
Oh, Scotty's going to.
Yeah.
Wow.
Commander
Shot a gun.
Scotty?
You ever shot a gun?
Yes, you have.
A real gun?
I've
Yes,
never
you
shot a
have.
I
gun.
shot a gun.
I've never
You're
done
telling
that.
he shot it? Yeah, well,
he's telling
you're
me.
telling him he
Joe
shot a
said it
gun?
like cool. He
Well,
put
no.
two in some guy's chest.
You have.
No, I thought.
Oh man, he just ratted him out.
I thought we did. Were you not with us when we went and shot guns with Jake Lang?
No, he won't.
Okay. Well, anyway,
I'm too scared to
I've
shoot
shot
a gun.
guns before. I've shot guns with Mike. I've shot guns with Officer Lang. It's fun.
What are you doing, Chris, for self-defense?
Yeah.
For what?
Are
What
you gonna-
other?
where are you
Wait,
gonna
hold
keep
on.
it?
Well,
He's gonna hunt
hold
for
on.
small- He's gonna hunt the small
What other
animals.
reason would he have them?
I don't know, hunting. Chris is.
Well, no, I'd like Chris
Hunt
to
in
have
the
some
hand.
He'd
guy.
probably like to make some deer jerky.
Like I would like to, and I'm never going to hunt. I could.
Wait, so he's just gonna walk out in
Yeah,
the woods with a
vacation
pistol?
Like go up to Uncle
you,
Sam's.
Scotty and Weeks going hunting. That'd be
Why does Weeks hunt?
Oh yeah.
He does.
know that.
No way.
He used to tell me he would hunt all the time. I don't
He
know.
doesn't look like a hunter at all.
Oh,
He said he
well.
would spend all kind of time out there chopping wood when he would hunt.
Well, Joe, you shot guns. Did you blow stuff up?
I mean, we didn't blow anything
Like-
up, but
like
we shot
pumpkins?
targets and stuff. Yeah, we shot. I mean, it's fun time. I enjoy
Oh,
it.
yeah.
The only thing is, I didn't wear ear protection, and my ears were ringing for like 4 days.
Oh my
I'd love to
God.
shoot a stick at
That's
dynamite.
probably lesson one.
Shoot a
Yeah.
stick of dynamite. Oh, you mean
Like,
shoot at us?
it, yeah, like blow something. That,
He really didn't realize how loud those things are. Oof.
Oh no.
The whole
didn't wear
society's
ear
getting
protection?
worse.
Well, I don't blame you there,
Chris,
Chris.
I don't blame you
Where are
one
you going
bit.
to keep it? Under your bed? Under your pillow?
It's up
Or-
there.
You can't tell everybody. It's
I got
all-
Under his
it
pillow.
came with 3 magazines too. So
Wait, it's up where?
it's upstairs.
Oh, so you got like a glove?
Is it
or
loaded?
something, Chris?
Is
No.
it?
It's not.
Oh, yeah.
You
but-
can fire a magazine in there.
I got,
pretty
yeah,
quick.
right. 3 of them.
Boy.
12 rounds in each one.
I remember I asked Mike Vince
36 bodies.
Decrease's cousin, "Is your gun loaded?" He said, "What the hell's the use of an unloaded gun?"
He's got a point.
hit him with it.
Yeah.
He said, "You always keep it loaded. Just keep the safety on."
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I hope you don't
No, I know.
drink one
Would there
night,
be-
get
Chris,
drunk.
yeah.
Let's see what like you instantly put that on.
Well, he's burned pizza. He's left Toby out in the
wait,
storm.
so
He got a battle wound today.
He's cut his head shaven. I mean,
that was just an honest mistake.
yeah, but all the others were.
He's gonna
Toby
come
out in
home
the storm.
from the club and be playing around with
Oh,
a pistol,
yeah.
flipping
And
it up in the
he'll
air.
watch like the Clint Eastwood movie. What's the Clint?
Dirty Harry?
Yeah, and he'll get all
The shoot at the
juiced
TV.
up and
You don't got one gun like him, dude.
No.
like a long.
I'm looking
got-
in the mirror. Maybe
He's
my
got-
day.
Do you
He's
feel?
got an RPG.
Do you feel lucky? Yeah. Jeez.
No, Mark, I'm not gonna.
I just hope he hadn't loaded it one day and shoots his foot,
No.
shoots
you,
himself in the foot.
You think
down.
you think anybody snuck a gun in here at some point?
Nah.
One of the inmates or
I think it's
stole one?
more. I think it's not guns. It's more weapons.
Shanks.
What is
Yeah.
it?
Shanks.
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 Yeah.
Yeah. Pieces of metal. and-
From their silverware. Are they? I wonder if they use silverware.
Here's something I never.
They're like usually allowed. They sport. They could use a plastic sport now.
Plastic could do some damage.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure
That
they'd
plastic
find a
is
way.
sharp,
in the neck.
I'm sure they'd find a way.
Yeah.
Do you think
That's a good
You get
example.
your juggler.
Yeah.
Jugular.
Juggler.
Who-
Juggler.
Carotid.
What I never understood in like prison movies was like there'd be some sort of high profile inmate in here. Maybe the guy worked for he was an attorney or something, and somebody in the outside sent a message for guys on the inside to kill him in the prison. I never
Oh, yeah.
understood how that message got from point A to point
Yeah,
B. I never understood
guards.
that.
Guards
You think
on the
so?
take. Yeah, because I mean, these guards don't make a lot of money, and I think that there was people that had pretty good reach where they could say like, "Hey, we're gonna take care of your family, or we're gonna do some harm to your family." So you don't have a choice. You got to pass this along, and you do it to keep people alive.
Yeah.
What do you
th-
everybody's got a price.
What do you think? Like, what do you think the death count is in here? I think we probably have that. We could probably
You mean
find that
the
stat.
whole time it was
How
here.
many guys were murdered by inmates?
Yes.
Well,
Million.
Oof.
Mark, was
Millions.
just one guy murdered on the breakout? Was it just
That state
that
trooper?
state
Yeah.
trooper?
yeah. Charles Manson was never here, huh?
No, he
Matt?
never made it.
Chucky
He
Manson.
tried to, but no.
Oh, it just says here 36 homicides were recorded to have happened inside.
Okay, so that's
That doesn't seem like a big number.
That's
actually.
it.
I thought
But
it
I'm
was
sure there was a
higher.
lot of severe woundings.
or deaths that went unaccounted for.
Yeah, and that's
Yeah.
homicide. So sometimes they would just say, "Oh, so and so fell in the shower." Really, a guy
Yeah.
smashed his brains off of it.
Yeah,
Or
so I
36
got it
people
here.
murdered?
It says during its 119-year tenure, approximately 998 men died in the prison. Of these, 36 were homicides.
So 2 off of 1,000. That's,
wonder if
that's
any-
Officially, it was
Because
home.
you
I just
probably
wanna-
included executions too.
I want to
Yeah.
rewind
Sickness
here.
or-
When we asked that question, Cooley said a million.
I was just like, I was
Yeah,
excited.
he
I
just
said
did.
million.
I wonder if any of the wardens are still alive.
What about Bordenkircher? He was the last guy here, right?
Was he?
Donald
Wow,
Bordenkircher.
yeah, I remember that.
Was he the warden?
I think.
Who was
90s?
Borden? What was he, Chris?
The warden.
He was the warden, but I
Donald Bordenkircher.
Would you think
he had used to have the old, I think, the haircut like he used to give the boys. It
Buzzed?
was tight.
Oh, yeah.
Do you think you could be a warden in a prison?
No, he's not a big enough prick. You got to be
What's the prerequisite to be a warden?
Well, that's a good question. You got to work your way up the ranks.
What do you do? Like, do you go to school?
You got to get a
for it?
bachelor's degree.
Matt, I
in
see.
criminal
But
justice,
what?
maybe.
Like, what? I mean, I guess, but
Who appoints you in that?
but how do you get to where
Probably the
like,
governor.
you're
Yeah.
experienced enough that you can control like
Yeah.
600 and
It's-
how many?
it has to be.
652 dangerous people are under your control.
It has to be experience because you couldn't.
So you
like,
would have been a corrections
I
officer, a
wouldn't be
police
that
officer, or
hard.
something.
Yeah. Well, I don't understand this. You don't have to be a police officer
No.
like in any sort of law field to be in the prison as a
lot of times
prison guard.
these prison guards got it worse than police officers do. I mean, that's a
Yeah.
tough job. Like, that's very tough.
Who was
Chris,
the-
here we go. Donald Bordenkircher, former long time West Liberty University criminal justice professor.
Oh, yeah. I
He
remember.
passed away in 2017 at the age of 81.
Wow.
Okay, so there's probably no wardens left alive.
So he'd be what, 85, 86? Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Old Don Borden.
Who was, Matt, you have on here the worst of the two wardens? Shawshank
Yeah.
or Escape from Alcatraz?
Yeah. See.
Boy, that's a good one.
Jeez.
These probably guys that you guys have never seen Escape from Alcatraz, have you? With Clint Eastwood.
never have
That's
seen
a
that,
great
no.
movie.
Yeah,
You
when
guys
he
should watch it.
puts
It's
the bed
amazing.
when he makes the head out of paper
Yeah.
mache.
Yeah, did you see that?
I've seen that. Yeah.
And
That's
it-
based on a true story.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
Literally.
And
I was gonna ask you
that
guys
shut
about
down Alcatraz,
Yes,
didn't
it
it?
did. And Frank Morris.
Yeah, they did that on MythBusters. They put together like a raft made of old rain jackets and
Yes.
stuff like that, and
Yeah.
they'd actually worked. They actually worked, and they were able to stay afloat.
That was
out-
the
out.
the Anglin brothers.
Yeah, the
John and Clarence.
Yes.
They never found them, did they?
Never did.
I don't think they
Never
did.
did. And there's a lot of good proof and some evidence that says those guys were alive. They survived it. They're living in various parts of the world, South America. DNA testing. There's a bunch of stuff.
That's
a lot of
awesome.
investigations.
That's so cool.
It looks like they did actually get away with it. So.
Unless
Of course,
And
the warden on the rocks, he says they drowned.
Yeah.
Remember
Yeah,
that? He
yeah.
said
Oh,
they drowned.
Yeah.
Then that petal, that flower.
Yeah, chrysanthemum.
Chrysanthemum,
was.
yeah.
Playing
Yes.
the little waves. Just
Yeah, yeah.
They escaped by. Was it the other guys that dug the hole?
Yeah,
Yes.
so they dug out of their cell blocks.
Yeah.
It'd be like right down on, like actually it was like right under here, like under
was
the
a
sink
vent.
kind of, and they started cracking away with the rock, and they dug
And they
out,
did
got
that
up
with the-
into where they could get
And-
out
and-
onto the.
Did they
Very
do that with
similar
the
to
spoon?
Dufresne.
So
Yeah,
what he would do
Dufresne.
was he would take I can't remember the tool that he had, but he worked in like where they would
Like-
Wait, what are you
manufacture.
talking
It
about?
was like
You talking
a
about
little-
Andy Dufresne?
Yeah.
Shawshank?
Yeah,
No. I'm talking about
It
Escape
was
from
like a little
Alcatraz.
rock hammer, like a
Rock
little
hammer,
rock,
yeah.
like
And-
a for
and they had to
making
go
stone.
through. Didn't they? They had to go through a metal detector, right? And when he went through that metal detector,
Yeah.
he would have multiple on him, like little
He
tools.
he would hide it. The
Oh,
one time he
that's
hid it
right.
in his instrument. They were coming from band practice,
Yeah,
and he had his what did he play? No, it wasn't an accordion, was it, or something?
remember.
But he had it in there, and he took two. So when the guy busted him,
Oh,
he
yeah.
said, "What do you think I am, stupid?" And something.
Then he'd take he would because he would chip away at the wall, and there was so much dirt he put in his pant leg, and when he would walk outside, it would come out of the bottom of his pant leg onto the.
Well, that's what
They did.
Andy Dufresne did.
Yeah, they
too.
both
Yeah.
did that. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
This Sunday, October 22nd, marks the first annual Blazing Paddles Pickleball Classic hosted by us, the Pine Room Studios, and the Ohio Valley Pickleball Club. Join us at the Ogilvie Pickleball Courts for all the action. But if you can't make it in person, you can watch the main court live right here on our YouTube channel at the Pine Room Studios. A special thank you to our court sponsors, West Virginia Medicine, Tesaurus Law, Tenant Law, Mackenzie Riedel Wealth Management, Zavolta Law, and the Glessner Group. Without you guys, this couldn't be possible. You're listening to the Pine Room Podcast. All right, so what I want to do, because it's Halloween, we got to keep this Halloween themed and prison themed. What we're going to do, each guy, I want to go around here to the six of us. You got to ask a question to the ghosts. in big quotation marks. Then we'll give it a couple seconds.
Like ask ghost questions.
We're gonna ask each guy's gonna. We're gonna do it throughout the whole show, every couple of minutes. We'll start with Chris. Chris can ask a question, and then
I'm on the spot right now.
Or we can go whoever knows.
Well, why don't you go first?
All right, sure. All right. So what we're gonna do? I'm gonna ask a question, and we're gonna stay quiet, and I'm gonna see back on this recording. I'm gonna pump up the audio, and if anybody can make anything out or I hear anything, then we'll add it to our ghost files.
Oh, okay.
All right, here we go. Ready? If you are still here in this cell block with us, go ahead and speak into this big microphone that I'm holding in my hand. I'll give you a couple seconds. All you got to do is speak right into the microphone, real loud. I'm just going to note that is a motorcycle.
What if you would have said, rev a motorcycle real fast? If you are here, rev a motorcycle. Well, we would have I'd have been calling Tom again. That would have been incredible.
All right, let's try that again.
I got chip paint on my
Let's try
hand.
that again. All right, if you're in this cell block with us and you're still knocking about, talk as loud as you can into this microphone. All right, so I'll go back and listen to that. Maybe we got some audio on there, but anyway.
What are you gonna do if you hear something?
Well, I'm not gonna.
I don't know.
Not
Maybe,
gonna be on.
maybe it's something that goes into the mic only.
Well, that's what
we
they,
can't.
that's what they call an EVP, an electro voice
Yeah,
phenomenon.
what if we see a spirit, but we can't see it?
Do you guys?
What if he's sitting like?
See, you guys. I know Matt. You are. I don't think Chris. Do you believe in ghosts?
No.
Absolutely.
You do?
I only believe in them when I'm in situations like this. So, because I don't want to be proven wrong.
Too much evidence says
Like when
that
I'm
they
home,
exist.
I don't believe in it. But like when I come here,
I've never had any reason to firsthand believe, but I haven't any reason not to. And there's a lot of people that I trust that say it's possible. So I think possessions are real too. So I think there has to be spirits if you're able to be possessed by demons. I wonder if there ever were any possessions.
Chris, you ain't buying any of it, are you?
Listen, I want so bad for me to go home and for me to hear something in that mic. I want to.
Here's a question for you: would you rather be possessed or encounter a spirit, or would you rather encounter aliens or artificial life from another planet?
Are they aggressive or are they just curious about
just
what
anything.
I am?
I guess
I'd take my chances with
say you won't be
aliens.
harmed to where you're going to die either way, but you may have psychological problems.
I'll take aliens because
Aliens versus what?
spirits, like.
I mean, are you talking exorcism like exorcist that like the head's gonna spin around?
It could be your choice. Like I always say, I don't think any of us want to be possessed by a demon, but would you rather encounter a ghost where someone in the middle of the night or something, you wake up and you have a first-hand discussion with somebody in your bedroom, or an extraterrestrial comes down and takes you on a ride in the ship?
I think alien because that changes that changes everything. I mean, obviously it would be changed.
Which one do you think people would believe more?
I don't think either one of them.
Yeah, no,
I think
that's what sucks.
neither
the
one
thing
of
with a
them.
ghost is if you talk to it, once it goes away, you would never know if it's around you or not. Like if the alien goes away, it can't just like not be in your sight. Is what I'm.
Yeah.
So I'm picking alien because the ghost could be around you 24/7. You have no idea.
Do you believe in ghosts,
They
Joe?
probably are.
I'm not going to say I don't believe. Well, I will say that I'm a very big skeptic. I'm open to the thought that they are around, knocking about, and if I see one and we catch one on video, I will be the first one to believe.
What if like up on the right there, like all the dudes that lived in here, like all just sitting side by side watching us right now?
Like
saying,
these
I
idiots.
wish I would see one, so then I would believe it.
That's what I want. If
I
I
know
can,
it's like believing in God.
Hey, they're
It's
probably
like, yeah,
excited
just
as
believe.
fuck. We picked their cell to sit
You have
and
no
do a
reason
show.
not to.
Everybody
Well,
else is
It
pissed.
just seems like
Yeah, I know. The other guys
man
might
of
be
make
pissed.
believe.
I don't know.
We're cramming everybody
I've
on this
never
one.
had.
So you think everybody that says and has accounts of those like professionals, that's all just in
I
their
think
minds?
it's money
here's
making
I
bullshit.
discount.
It's like that guy last year that we had him on the show out front last year, and he said he
had the
worked there,
scratches and
he
shit
had
on him.
scratches on his back. Come on. And he said he had to explain it to his wife. He had a side piece, and she actually did it. And he told his wife.
And he spun it.
I see. Now that's a valid argument, but
Yeah.
it's all. I mean, his account is
Hey, what
possible
the
too.
people? Well, this is from the Travel Channel. from Ghost Adventures. So it says
Zach Bagans?
Yes, for Zach. Tortured souls still haunt the prison. Though the prisoners are gone, they're not forgotten, and by many accounts, the ghosts of some of the 998 men who died here still roam free. There's a shadow man that has been seen and even photographed. Staff of the prison have been accosted by unseen forces. Strange noises still echo throughout the cell blocks, and some dark lurks in the bowels of this building.
They're making money on that.
Here's
the dollars.
I believe Zach Baggins.
See, I don't believe him, and I don't believe people that are.
He's a Ghost Adventures guy.
I don't believe people that are
fucking
super into a certain topic. Like even aliens. Like if somebody's really into aliens and they claim they were they saw.
They're more likely to
exactly
invent things in their mind.
So like if
I get
somebody's
that.
in here saying they see that they shook hands with the Shadow Man and he told them a riddle about the Easter Bunny or something like that, I'm not going to believe if you're that heavy into ghosts. I'm not going to believe you. But Tom Stiles, he told us about some stuff that he's experienced, and he told me he was a humongous skeptic. He didn't believe any of this stuff, and since he's been working here for as long as he has, some of that
Jared.
Not
stuff,
very comfy back here.
some of that stuff, I will take with more.
Don't you
credence.
think after you're around this long enough and hear enough, you're going to eventually hear it just because
You're thinking about it.
you're thinking about it, right?
And I'll say,
geez, I just heard that.
and we say
But
that
you really did you really?
My own house.
I don't know.
We say that a lot, Matt. The brain is really a powerful thing.
Right.
So
No question, but
Yeah.
I think spirits are definitely real though. There's too many cases where they went into people's bodies and inhabited like a real body and made people do things like how do you account
But
for?
it's always people that we don't know. It's just all.
there's like
someone in Idaho.
Wait, but there's like a million documented cases of these things.
I think people are money grabbing.
But how do you explain if Chris all of a sudden you started speaking Latin to us?
Well,
right now?
yeah, Chris did it, and I think.
How could you account for that? Because that stuff's like been recorded. So
Take a quick crash course in Latin.
or you start cursing at us in devil talk,
like some old
But that
Gaelic.
never happened.
But it could happen because there's been videos of it happening and people have actually been possessed.
They were actors. They kept this up.
All
No,
of them.
that's just like, and I never believed this either. You guys might have a different take. We
Same
heard this
thing.
several times. Like someone would encounter, it's like a miracle would happen, or they would say, "Well, Jesus talked to me, or God talked to me." And I
So you
knew
don't
I
believe in
had-
any of those ones where the Virgin Mary appeared to little kids? You think that was all fake too?
I'm skeptical.
I'm just
But
it's a discussion.
I don't think
you can
it's
say
like,
it either way.
I mean, I wish like God would talk to me and tell me something to do that I should straighten up, but I'm buying it.
All right,
I don't know.
Chris.
We don't know why he chooses who he chooses.
All right, Chris, I'm going to tell you. All right, I'll get your
you guys
test.
can call me full of shit.
No,
I think
agree.
it's fair. You can have that.
I'm with you,
I have
Chris.
nothing wrong with anybody that doesn't believe. I do believe, and that's okay. But you guys don't have to. I don't expect anybody to feel outside of the way that they want to feel.
Yeah, like I'm just kind of neutral. I don't have any reason not to believe, and I don't have any reason to believe.
Like
feel
I would love for a ghost to come here and shake those bars, just like.
Like if you
I would be fucking.
I bet
terrified.
Tom's probably plotting something. Hey, he didn't go get caught.
do you guys all believe in like afterlife, like for our souls? Like where do you think?
I think
any-
about that
to any
too much.
extent-
Weird.
I get freaked out by that.
But
Yeah.
if you,
like
if you
what
believe-
happens when you die?
if you
Where do
believe
go?
in that,
is
if
it
you
just
believe,
dark?
Yeah, if you believe you have a soul, then you have to believe that there could be spirits that didn't get to go where they want
Now,
to
that's
go.
where
Or
I
they're
get-
trapped.
I-
So I mean,
I get
so you
weirded
can't.
out when
It's
I
hard to
think about
believe
that.
like B and C if you don't believe A. So it just But it's all good discussion.
I
Yeah,
just don't believe in like a ghost. Like
like
white
Casper.
ghost.
Like Casper.
like the Slimer
And he
in,
says, "Boo."
Ghostbusters.
What I do think about sometimes, Matt, and you will be able to connect with this a little bit, is I think there are definitely other realities than ours. So like this could be
question.
ours, like we're doing this right now. Same thing's going on,
like
but
Marvel?
in another reality, there's prisoners right here, and they're at the same time.
Oh, no
and
question.
maybe sometimes
Time loops
those
and wormholes.
those
Absolutely.
blend. That's the only thing I would say is maybe why people think ghosts.
You believe in reincarnation?
Yeah.
I try to believe in it because I just.
Hey, but I don't want to come back
'Cause I
as like
don't
a
wanna-
frog.
I think it's. I
When
think
did
it's
I come back as
plausible.
an eagle?
You know the one thing that makes me not believe in reincarnation are deer. If you were reincarnated as a deer,
That is the most incredible take I've ever heard.
Yeah.
What do you mean by that? Explain.
Yeah, why the fuck do people? Why if you were reincarnated as a deer, why the fuck they all get hit all the time?
Yeah, but maybe the ones that get reincarnated don't do it.
But then your brain's still like
the ones that
a
do
Yeah.
realize they're stuck in a deer. And
What dickhead?
Right, this is dumb.
Like
All I
if I just exploded right
look for
now,
food.
died, and then reincarnated as a deer, I'm never going near the road.
But you don't know any better.
Right, you don't.
Well, they're one of the world's dumbest animals.
Here's a thought.
Well, it
For
could.
their
Well,
size,
maybe that. May,
Probably
now
per
that
capita for their size of the dumbest animal.
maybe some imbeciles get reincarnated.
Like
as
the
deer.
idiots get.
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
Like
A few guys from
from coach's class.
Yeah. So here, all right. So, all right. Next question. Cools, go ahead.
Oh Jesus!
I got mine. If you want.
If there's a ghost in here, I want you to sit down right next to Job and shake that bench or bunk, whatever it is.
Ain't happening.
Tempt fate.
All right, there you go.
Now,
There's
I
your
think it would
question.
be funny that, like, say you were at your house and somehow you got freaked out. He come running up the steps, and he was freaked out by something, like something like really, and you were sober. And
Now here's the question.
He wouldn't believe you, would he?
Do you guys no, wouldn't believe it at all. Do you guys think you'll dream about this tonight? Not about particular cell, but will you have a dream about something to do with prison or escapee?
something related. Yeah.
Something.
Like
I
you're-
guarantee I will dream about something in this cell or.
Like we were in here and Tom never came back, and we're trying to get out.
And I couldn't run, but I was trying to run. The prisoner was chasing me, and my legs wouldn't move. Or,
Pushed off the balcony.
Running in place.
right, but I kept falling and never hit. Yeah.
I feel like last year when I went home after this, I thought about
Oh,
a
yeah.
lot of things raced through your mind, and then I also kept thinking about Jarrett's. thing
Yeah,
about
Jarrett,
the-
tell
Yeah,
that
so
real
I'll
quick.
tell that
Tell
story.
that story.
I'll
for
tell that.
people
It
that
actually
didn't
gives me
listen.
chills right
that
now.
one was super.
I'll tell the
strange to
story
me.
because we came down. I believe.
And this is
this
1,000% true. This
I'm
is
not. Like I just said, I don't have any reason to believe it, not believe it, whatever. But I believe it was myself, Jubb, and Cooley. We came down here to scout out before we did the show, and they took us around, just around the prison, down into the basement. It's really, really creepy down there, and. The lady had told us that sometimes people's phones like kind of go weird.
It was in like the boiler
down
room.
in the boiler room, and I was like, I didn't think anything of it. Then we leave. When I get into the car, I open up my Spotify to play some music, and Taps was on my phone. The Taps song literally started playing on my phone. I'd never in my life have played it on my Spotify. Never looked it up, but as soon as I plugged it into the phone, into the port in the car, turned it on.
After leaving here.
After leaving here, started playing Taps. It's
pretty bizarre.
I still
The
don't.
only thing that can account for that, in my opinion, is the data mining is so big. Maybe when you come around and you hit on a tower near this prison, maybe Spotify is smart enough to know to put weird stuff like that on there. Just because
I
a
don't
lot
know.
of people died here. That's it. But
I don't know.
mean,
And it's still
somebody
it gives
at
me
that company
chills.
could answer that. If they didn't do that, then that's even
Yeah, and
more
usually
crazy.
that's never happened to me before. It's always the song that I played when I got
Right.
out of the car and
It'd be
when I get
something
back
on
in.
your playlist.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh, cool.
But when I got in, it was Taps.
that's
So I don't know. It was
Hard to imagine
weird.
how that can
Get
happen.
your app out.
Oh,
So Cooley downloaded
Yeah.
this app when he was in Salem, and these are all bullshit apps, and they're just like they randomly generate these words that come up on the
yeah,
screen.
like it says fortune cookie wisdom on it.
So it comes up with a
What
screen,
fortune cookie
and
is?
apparently it says that apparently what the technology behind this is, a spirit or a ghost can manipulate the whatever's on this app or whatever this app is, and they can make it form a word. So this is what this is, and you use this in Salem, right?
Yeah, we were on a ghost hunt, me and Sue. And one of the words that popped up when I was in there was egg. So that's when I knew, look, are you enjoying this app store? It was such bullshit. Like, I asked the lady that she was like our guide there, a ghost hunter. And I was like, hey, like, what's the most haunted thing that's ever happened to you in here? She's like, oh, well, one of the ghosts threw a brick at my head. I was like, you wouldn't fucking still be here.
Threw a brick at her head.
Like I just
Hey.
don't believe that.
Seems pretty.
You wouldn't be here.
And didn't you say she was like a witch? She was like
She
a
was like I don't know what those earring things are called, like the little
The gauges.
Yeah, like
the-
Dreamcatcher
Oh
earrings.
yeah.
Flowers on her head and has a bunch of gems and shit.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, it's all-
like there's casino ads that pop up on this.
There you
So,
go. Hey, Matt.
she's like,
for Matt.
you got to use this app, and then once your word pops up, you got to ask it questions, and people are in there saying, "We're not here to hurt you."
All right, so let that roll a little bit and see if we
dude,
get
I'd
a
have
word
been.
come up.
It was funny as hell.
Now, can I ask the question though
Yeah,
to the ghost?
go ahead, Chris.
And that affects all of us. But if this ghost it can be real and can make things happen, then have that ghost prevent Tom from unlocking his door tonight.
Fucking God, Chris.
Oh shit.
Yeah. I like that.
Wow, I like that, Chris. That's bold,
Yeah,
man.
Chris, I like it. I like
I
it.
do
Now,
not
now,
like
but here's the thing. Now, just
You just
by
told me you didn't believe.
yeah, but what if like you said?
Wow, Chris. Chris is calling the bluff here.
Wait, but you just said you don't believe in any of it.
I know, but what if by coincidence or
Well,
something?
my thing is, Chris, what if he gets here and he puts the key in the door and it just
And it
just
breaks.
by chance it breaks?
Oh, Jesus.
That,
Well,
that's-
Chris,
that would be the-
gently.
Listen, Chris, I don't like that one. That
do.
I don't like.
That's
I
what
do.
I'm saying.
Okay.
You have
Wrong.
Tom's wife's number?
No,
Speaking of
someone
that
with
right now,
someone with a hell of a saw.
Oh my God.
Jesus.
He's here.
He's back.
here.
Tom
Oh
is
my
back.
Lord.
That's how it goes.
Good Lord.
What's our first word?
It says note.
Note. We have notes
we got notes.
on the table.
That's kind of creepy.
That's kind of creepy.
That just might be real.
See, now you started getting me nervous because you were like, I don't
Yeah,
like
I didn't like that one.
Yeah,
Chris.
but
Don't
here's
do
the
that
thing.
One again.
You
Well,
said you don't
challenge
believe
it.
it.
I just, I don't, that was not,
What was I tempting fate? Like,
yeah, like the Final Destination. I don't like that.
What would you want to ask him, Dad?
What I asked Tom?
No,
I'm
the
just
ghost.
glad Tom's here.
Well, yeah,
Tom's the best ghost I've seen in a while.
What if Tom
Jeez.
was a ghost?
Yeah.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, this actually is a Tom.
I'm not Tom.
I got a question for the ghost.
Go ahead.
Mr. Ghost, if you're here and you can know everything and know the world, who's the winner tonight?
Now, if they come into that thing and it says Astros, then we got problems.
And do you want a cigarette?
Yeah.
What if it popped up and said Pirates?
Go Bucks.
Yeah, let's go Bucks.
So our plans for the Halloween season have definitely been pretty cool so far. This has been a pretty cool experience to be in here. Other thing, do you think if you saw what would make you believe in a ghost? Like what would make you?
If Tom wouldn't come back, I'd have been really, really, really
What would it take
scared.
for you, Joe? Because you're probably the biggest skeptic here.
I would have to just see one. I just have to see something for myself.
Like if you, I always see people say like they see an orb. Or
That-
something, like you don't believe in that.
See that stuff on pictures? If you take a picture in a dusty room, you get 1,000,000 orbs.
So if the chain on that bed just snapped right now, would you just say,
Nah, I mean, the
old chain.
coincidence?
kind of like,
Coincidence or?
I would be
I'd
more
say it's
skeptical
me
of
and
it.
John
If
were
that
too
deck
heavy.
was-
So,
yeah,
so something like that, an occurrence like that, isn't going to make you believe. But
No, because
I get that, 'cause
it's like 400 pounds on this. So I mean, obviously,
What if I took a picture and you can't see it like super clearly, but there's like an outline of a body next to you?
yeah, like that
You
one
can't see
they
faces.
showed us
I would
last
be.
year.
I would give you a little bit. If the flash is on, I might think it's a shadow. I don't know. I would have to look
It's
into
just
it.
like with Kayleen's UFO pictures.
I
You were-
debunked one. I'll show you after
probably
that.
We're like, yeah, that.
Purposes and stuff.
Yeah. So I want to. Oh, he's taking a video here.
I was going to see if they had a shadow.
Oh, we're
I-
taking
Okay.
some video.
Man.
From,
Yeah, wait. Let me get a video with the flash on. See if we get any shadows in here.
all right, he's taking a video right now of the thing. If you want to see this online, go to the YouTube right now. If you're just listening to it, you're not going to get the full effect of this video. You can check it out. We have an outside camera and an inside camera for the hallway. Maybe we pick something up. Maybe if you see something on this video or you hear something on the audio, leave a comment and let us know if you heard anything or saw anything.
Yeah.
We're going to
We
do
are
some
locked
more.
in.
I think we should do some more paranormal stuff like this and try to go around and, see if we can find anything. That's the thing. I want to hunt because I want to find stuff. I don't want to be like, I just want to go in somewhere because I know I'm going to get freaked out and
Seriously,
see.
when we went ghost hunting, we had that little radio thing that flips through all the channels
Yeah.
super fast, and we had these two girls with us, and they freaked out because it said P. So they came out, it said P, and I was like, I don't believe you. So I took it, and I walked into the hallway, and it said Pete again. I was like, hey, who's here? And it said Pete again, and that freaked me the fuck out. It really scared me, but I still don't believe it. I think it was just chance.
It was
That's
bugged.
Mark, I'm like you. It would have to happen to me to actually.
Like those bars would have to shake, or
Yeah.
like I don't even know if a voice would.
Or
What if you heard a?
What if they like the little table started?
Oh, now that
I mean, I don't know. I'm just trying to.
And then Tom's out there with a fishing line. He's pulling it
Or
out.
just something like it's like if that mirror would break or that light went off or
If that mirror would shatter, I would shake.
Yeah. You're looking right at it.
All
How many
right.
spirits do you think would be in here? If
I won't look at me for the rest of the time. I'll be
You got Mark move over.
I'd like to have somebody on that could tell, like, be a spirit kind of expert person.
Oh, we should have seen if we could brought like a seance.
Yeah, well, maybe at some point we can, because I'd like to know. Because I'm sure, like, not everybody that was in this prison, they don't just. So, say you got out of here and you went on and had a somewhat of a normal life after you were paroled or whatever, your sentence was up, and you die. I don't think your soul comes back.
Right
here.
back
So it's
here.
got to be guys who had just traumatizing experiences here, or died here, or whatever.
Like Jub, if Tom left and turned the lights out, but he left this door open, but we couldn't get out. Would you?
What do you mean? Wait, you left what door? What?
He locked the outside door.
Like the main door.
We couldn't get out, and it was pitch dark in here.
Can we walk around the building?
Yeah, you know what? Would you be?
I'd be cool with that. I wanted to do that.
Yeah, we still want to do that.
Because I'm more afraid of just the dark in general. Just scares me because you don't know if there's like a person, if there's a person like sitting at the end or some kind of animal. That's all that freaks me out. I don't think that there's some boo ghost.
Well,
that's
yeah,
gonna,
and if there's such a thing as a ghost, they see you, you don't see them, and they can sneak up behind you.
Did ghosts ever come in the daytime?
day ghost.
Slice your Achilles.
It is. It's like all the stories end at night. That's.
Tom said he's gonna
just
show
said that
us.
he was going to show us some pictures of factual happenings here at the prison. Tom,
Yeah, so
I
people-
believe Tom has experienced them. We're real skeptical, Tom, about think.
See,
Tom
that's-
said so was he.
That's why I said at the very beginning, people that are into it don't give me near as much believability as like someone like Tom, who was skeptical and then was experiencing this kind of stuff. I'm just looking at some of the stuff, the history of the penitentiary. Is on January 1st, 1986 at 5:30 p.m. 20 inmates known as the Avengers.
Yeah, just looking at
Not the heroes. They were not from Marvel. They stormed the mess hall and attacked on-duty officers and kitchen staff. What would you do as part if you were in part of that staff? Like what would you do? What's your
I'm
game
basically
plan?
letting them do whatever they want to do. Say, here you go. You're running for cover, and
You want a spoon here?
I'm
take
not
the
going to try to
spoon.
stop you.
So then here's my other question: If you're an inmate in here, what's your method? Do you join a group? Do you stay neutral in groups? Are you aggressive?
Like I'm here for 5 years.
Well, you
Say
better
you're
be
gonna be here for
aggressive
10
because if you're not,
You come in
you're
here for
gonna
10
be-
years.
See, I think I would try to get a job like the barber or the chef, because then if you're really good at it and they all like you,
Yeah, there you go.
then
There you
everybody-
go.
Yeah, that's probably
Yeah,
good.
'cause
they don't want fucked up haircuts.
like the librarian. The working in the library seems kind of chill.
Yeah, that was
pretty
red.
fun.
Right.
Yeah,
Red.
Was there a library here, Tom?
Yeah, there was.
There was a library here, so you met Chris the
Yeah, he
librarian.
categorized them and everything.
And-
he got the money. for
If
it.
you were a guard, and
Library
you-
in 1900
Was there?
was built.
if you were a guard, and you were a prick, and the guys hated you, and then there was a breakout, you'd be.
You're the first one.
Yeah.
Well, think about oh geez,
What movie?
what's the show? I gave it to you, Mayor of Kingstown.
Oh, yeah,
Think
yeah,
about
yeah.
there was guards there when
Yeah,
when
yeah.
the inmates took over the prison.
Yeah, because
What happened when those guys
They're gonna
got
get.
control?
Oh yeah, yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
that was terrifying.
That was crazy.
If you were in that situation.
What freaks? Go ahead.
This is completely off topic, but on Halloween and haunted houses, I saw the Barstool guys talking about this. Have you guys seen that haunted house called
Yes.
McCaney Farms?
McCaney
Manor,
Manor.
where they literally You have to sign like 20 pages of waivers.
So
Can they touch you?
Yes. So I'll tell you.
Go ahead.
You
Well, I was
explain.
going to say, if you finish it, you receive $20,000.
But it's a
nobody
scam.
has ever finished
What do
it.
you?
So you can sign up for this thing. There's a guy.
Is it
His
like
name's
hostel?
something McCamey.
It's disgusting.
And he promotes that he's got the most intense haunted house in the world, but it's not even really a haunted house. He just basically tortures you.
It literally is torture.
So
Like physical torture?
Yeah,
Yes.
it's
So
disgusting.
he says if you can survive for however long, for whatever, and make it through the manor, you win $20,000. So they start you off before they go in the manor. They start you off in some like field, and they do stuff with you. And then if you make it to the manor, but no one's ever made it through, and a lot of people have accused him of being a scam artist. And there's like he said, there's no actual man. Like people think there's no actual manor, there's no actual money. But what he'll do is he'll like waterboard you. He'll there's a like
or he has a bunch of people.
he has
that
like 2 or 3 people with him, and they'll tar and feather you.
It's literally torture.
He'll throw you he'll put you under barbed wire and like make you crawl through the mud.
Waterboards you?
Waterboard
Oh,
you.
man.
He'll
God.
spray you with a
Our
fire
government wouldn't
hose.
do that.
Like he
How is that a haunted house?
Yeah,
It's
really.
not-
It's not. No, it's not.
no,
camp.
no, it's not a haunted
Is
house.
it just during Halloween time, or is it all
No,
year
it's
round?
throughout the year. He said there's a 70,000 person waiting list, which is such a lie. There's
Oh, no way! 70,000 people waiting
No,
to do
hell
that.
no.
Yeah.
I think they said like Navy SEAls have even tried to do it and
would
they
say
haven't
that for the
finished
Navy
it.
Oh, no, if they couldn't do it, then that's.
Then it's impossible.
Yeah.
I ain't getting waterboarded.
How could
I'll
we
say
do
that.
it?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. But
Wonder
I mean,
how expensive it is to sign up.
I don't think. I think there's a fee, but I think you can just do it.
How long has this been?
It's been around for a while. I've seen a lot of stuff
Where's he
about it.
located
You
at?
pay money to get
Actually,
your ass beat.
I don't know. I'm not
Jesus.
sure where he's located, but yeah, I think that whoever is into doing that kind of stuff here.
Back to your
Yeah.
question about the gangs. What would you guys do? That's an interesting question.
I know. I don't know because if you ally yourself with somebody, then you're making enemies with them.
Well, some of the things you can ally with. So, like certain sects, because
Oh,
of your
yeah.
skin, you
Yeah.
can't. You in your religion or whatever you believe, you're kind of limited of what your choices were going to be.
But then if you play neutral, then you could be an enemy
you
with
can
everybody.
get killed by all of them.
Yeah.
So, what do you do?
Ooh, I don't know.
You
Because
gotta make yourself important somehow.
Tom says safety.
safety in numbers.
Yeah.
That's definitely
I
definitely
mean,
the
you
case
kind of get
again.
your hands kind of forced.
Hey,
Yeah.
speaking of numbers, what would have really, really, really been bad for me would be in. Did you hear that?
I did.
Did you hear that?
I did hear some.
Whistle.
I did hear a whistle.
A whistle?
I did hear a whistle.
Yeah, I heard him.
That was somebody else.
We'll hear it. We'll see what's on the tape.
Was that you?
I don't think I.
I did hear. I'm not lying. I did hear.
I heard it.
I heard,
him?
No,
I heard something.
one
But was
hand.
it outside though? That's the only thing.
Probably the wind.
I don't know. That echoed. That was a legitimate whistle. We'll listen back on the audio, but. Hi everyone, it's Chubb here. It's about 7:30 in the morning. I'm editing this the very next morning, and I just want you to make note of this whistle that we hear. You can obviously hear everybody react to it, and apparently it was only us and Tom Stiles, the guy who was leading us through the penitentiary, and he was standing right next to the cell, so he didn't make this sound, and I don't know what to make of it. Was there somebody else in the building? Who knows? But just take a listen, and I'm going to isolate it for you so you can hear it a couple times. It's pretty cool. I don't know whether it's a ghost or not, but who knows? Maybe a whistling ghost. What would have really, really, really been bad for me would be in Was that you?
I don't think I.
I did hear. I'm not lying. I did
I
hear.
heard it.
I heard,
him?
No,
I heard something.
one
But was
hand.
it outside though? That's the only thing.
Probably the wind.
I don't know. That echoed. That was a legitimate whistle. We'll listen back on the audio, but what would really have bothered me, the prison reached its maximum population in 1960 as over 2,000 inmates were in the facility. Like being in those smaller cells that we saw last year with multiple people, I don't know how you could do it. I literally don't know how you could do it. That would freak me out more than anything. Like in here, this isn't horrible. I mean, if you had 3 guys in here, I don't think I'd be that bad.
It'd be pretty fucking awful.
What you're in right now is a handicap cell.
I'd be.
Making everything
Just doing wheelchairs.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right, so
that
this
makes
is
sense.
apparently a handicap
perfect
sale.
for us.
So
handicap get on top.
I guess I would be limping real hard when I got into the
Cut
prison.
my leg off.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't think that would help you, cool.
Jeez.
I think I'd make things a lot harder.
All right, Matt, your time. Question. We'll sit in silence.
Well, I guess I can't ask you for the guys in the handicap cell. I don't know. Wouldn't know if they'd be very violent or not. But if there is a ghost here, come appear to us at some point in the night and I don't know, shake something, kick something, knock something down. Actually, it'd be really cool if they could shatter a glass. The mirror, the light bulb would be really cool if they could break that. But other than
When
that,
something like that happens, after we go home.
Like you go home and you're
well, yeah, I mean, I guess
Chris,
one of them
you
boulders
could say
could fall. on
you're
the rock,
brushing
too.
your teeth and your mirror shatters.
Oh, I'd be cussing him. Say that you wish this.
I'd move out so fast.
Yeah.
And then you think, shit, I got to get a new mirror.
Wait till the key cracks off, and that's going to be your. They're going to stab you with this pen in the fucking neck.
John, you could have said, if you're here, whistle.
All right.
Maybe.
All right, last thing, and then we'll wrap up because we're getting on to an hour here. So if there's anybody in here, like Matt said, we're gonna get quiet for a little bit. If there's anybody in here, make a noise, bang on something.
We'll tell your story.
Yes,
Come on.
bang on something.
Tell us who you
make
are.
a loud
Famous.
noise. Get loud. All right, ready? 3, 2, 1. It's all you.
What is God?
My stomach.
I hope
All right, let's try that again.
Maybe he's inside
He
of
wants to go to the
Ghost is
cafeteria.
inside of me.
He's been possessed.
Yeah, no, that's it.
Probably like on Alien, Chris. I'm
gonna come out of his
my
chest.
stomach's going to open up.
That was it. Yep,
right.
that was his sign.
Let's try it one more time.
You might want, after that little roar, you might want to ask a ghost to pass gas.
Oh, yeah. All right, here we go. Make any kind of noise. 3, 2. That's coolly moving.
Man, we put a little extra in that one.
Yeah, we really
It
we
was
let that
quiet.
sizzle for a little bit. Yeah.
People are going to fall asleep in there.
All right, guys.
Oh my
Any
God.
last thoughts here about the prison? You want to talk about some?
This has been an incredible experience. To be
Yeah,
honest
this
with
is
Yeah, be sure to tell everybody to come take that tour.
Yes.
Yeah. And thanks to Tom Stiles.
Thank you very much,
Great
Tom.
guy.
Yep.
Come down, support this really neat thing they do. We still haven't seen the haunted house, guys.
Yeah, we
No.
got to go. We might have to
better
go
watch
through.
Tom, we're gonna have to come down and join you for the haunted house. Yeah, 'cause,
Yeah, we gotta-
I think it's pretty creepy, but this is absolutely creepy.
Yeah.
Tom's
He's-
hopefully opening the door for us now.
Yeah, it looks like
All right, guys.
I
Well,
see it going in.
turning.
And I would say there's not. I would say there's not a lot of places that have this that we're able to do what we're doing
No.
right now in the world.
Not
so.
like this. I mean,
No.
there's not many prisons on earth that have ever looked like this. So.
There's a
Oh,
gate.
that was a
There's
good.
the
I
lock
think that was a
open.
good. Oh, that was a good sound.
The gate has been
Take a
opened.
Big
All right.
weight off your chest.
Well, this is our first step in the lead up to Halloween. We had Brenda from Horrifying History on the radio. That's going to probably come out as maybe an exclusive. I might put it in the middle of this for you to hear a little bit about vampires and the history behind
She'd probably
vampires.
like this.
Yeah, so
yeah.
we had a really fun time here. We didn't get to go through all the things that we have on our sheet here, but we'll definitely going to be doing some more Halloween locations before we hit Halloween.
Yeah, and I
So-
believe next week we're heading up to Freeland Farm
Eric
to do
Freeland
another
Farms.
another show. So
Yeah, we'll talk about some more of this about the history and some stuff about Halloween. We really appreciate it. We're going to have some Halloween stuff in the shop, so you can go get some shirts before the Halloween month rolls in. And we really appreciate Tom for letting us come here and do this for an hour. It's a little shorter than usual shows, but hopefully this is nice and a nice little change of pace. And I guess anybody else got any last thoughts?
go watch
Anything?
on YouTube.
No,
Anything?
great time. This was really good.
All right, from us and all the ghosts here in the West Virginia Penitentiary.
Thanks to Tom Stiles again.
Thank you to Tom
Yeah,
Stiles.
thank
Thank
you,
you to all you watching this. And until we see you here next time, we'll see you here in the Pine Room.